Yeah,
Okay.
pressure, the machine, and he also has one other story that I love a lot.
Are we ready, gentlemen?
I need to watch more of his stuff because currently the machine is like
I'm ready, James.
really known for.
Okay, do you want me to go over the whole story or just like the restroom? Because that's
Oh,
all I
I
told
want
Bill
the
and
full
Steve.
thing.
Okay, so we go on the bus ride there, or we drive to the airport parking lot, and then we had to take a bus over to the actual airport. We get on the bus, and the bus is fucking funny. So, we're driving along, stop and go, because we're in the middle of LA.
Yeah.
And we're packed in tight. There's like, it's filled to max capacity. And at one point, I almost fell over on some lady. And then,
Okay.
may I add, I wanted to record what the music was they were playing. They were playing some pretty decent classical music. Classical music I've never heard before, but classical music with violins and trumpets and stuff. And we're driving along, and eventually we stop. Some more people get on. We are filled probably beyond the max. And we're going. Some guy made some joke. We all laughed. I don't even remember what the joke was. And then we get to the next stop. The people that just got on weren't holding the rails. They fall.
Okay.
Two out of the 3 people fall onto the people in the chairs in the bus. So me and my dad and my stepmother are all in the back just watching as all the people in the front are falling. The people in the front are falling onto the people in the back, which are then having to grab on anything near them, including people, to not fall over. So these people are grabbing on each other, trying not to fall and knock over the people behind them like dominoes. And in the meanwhile, there's just classical music over it all. The fucking chaos of it. And then the bus stops again, and everyone in the front just goes forward, and they're all trying to stand up before it goes again. And it was the funniest shit watching all these people in the morning. They're all falling asleep. The people that are getting fallen on are just like, what the fuck is going on? And there's one lady that's literally grabbing onto people's like shoulders and heads and stuff, trying to stand back up. So then,
Jesus Christ.
oh my God, that's on the way. That's on the way.
What's the whole thing? I've only heard the bathroom story.
We get your mic is fucked right now, by the way, Shane.
Oh, fuck. So far, I've only heard the bathroom story.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. That's near the end.
Hold on,
we get on the first airplane ride, and it's pretty fine, pretty smooth. Actually, the first airplane ride that I've ever really enjoyed. Like, I hate airplanes, and that airplane was, like, fine. As soon as we started going, like, we were about to take off, and, you know, normally planes will, like, you know, slowly speed into it, and then they'll speed up, and then they're off. No, this motherfucker punched the gas. This motherfucker, like, you felt the jolt of the plane.
Yeah.
This dude punched it forward, and we were just up into the sky, and I was like, holy shit, this pilot looks excited. So then we're up, the flight's pretty fine. We get to the hotel, or we get, you know, down, we rent the car, get to the hotel. Hotel's really nice, we have a real nice view. I meet the family that night. We're going to eat dinner with them. We ate at this sushi restaurant, and I don't like sushi, so I ordered some sweet and sour chicken. Best sweet and sour chicken I've ever had. And then as we're eating, more of my family arrives. My cousin, whose name I thought was Cletus, met him.
It wasn't?
Turns out that's his nickname is Cletus. His actual name, Clayton.
Okay.
Clayton. With that accent, not Clayton.
Cletus
Clayton. They pronounce it, it's spelled like Cleton, but they pronounce it Clayton.
Clayton.
And they call him Cletus, Clayton.
Cousin Cletus.
Cousin Clayton, Cousin Cletus. So the whole time I was calling him my boy Cleet. This guy looks like Kyle. Just like Kyle. Literally the same. Glasses and everything. Like
glasses too, yeah.
Yeah. And this guy, except for the beard, he had a beard. But outside of that, like, I tried taking a picture. It came out blurry, which sucked. Like, very blurry. I don't know what kind of crack I was smoking when I took that picture and thought it was fine. Like, you can't even recognize either of our faces in it. He looked just like Kyle, though. Long neck and all. But he was antisocial, as all hell. This man walks in, doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything for, like, the first couple hours. And at some point, we migrate from the dining room, and we're in like the dining room, kitchenish area, just talking because they had that little area there. We go out into the living room. We're sitting on the couch talking, looking over pictures of a good old Peepaw, whatever, socializing. And then I see the dining room is connected to the living room, and I see him in the dining room where the table is. There's a table covered in sweets. This man is around the corner, hiding behind the table. Like, just standing casually behind the table where you can barely see him. Just standing there. Like, there's a narrow space of like 6 to 8 inches. Just a narrow space, not meant for anyone to walk there. This dude literally scooches behind the table and just hides behind all the food as we're all off in the living room talking. There was a small wall, like a small edge of the wall that was blocking him, so you couldn't see it from the couch. But from the chair where I was sitting, I could just see him hiding back there. And at some point, I went and sat next to his sister, and I sit next to her, and I'm like, "Are you aware that your brother is, like, actively hiding?" She's like, "Yeah, he's a bit shy." And I'm like, "A bit. He's hiding from his own family." Like, and after a little bit, he comes out and talks to us, which he was pretty cool once he got to talking.
I can understand somebody hiding from like friends or friends' family, but when you're hiding from your own family, you're like,
own
goddamn.
family.
Yeah.
And then
It just sounds like trauma.
so I was eating food, talking to the kids. Eventually, we left. Get back to the hotel. Eventually, I start hearing people run upstairs, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is that running upstairs?" There's like multiple people running back and forth along the hallway. I'm like, "Are they fucking kids?" And then I hear they go off for a bit. Then I hear them run again, and I think it was Logan and Kyle that I was talking to, and they could see me. They could see me through the face thing, like, 'cause I had my little face cam on, and they could see me just looking around like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was on my floor at first, and I realized it was upstairs.
Yeah, you wanted to go out and yell
Yeah,
at them.
I wanted to go out and do so. I didn't know if I was going to yell at them or, like, say hello or whatever. It kind of depended, because I was like, who the fuck is that out there having more fun than me? What? So eventually I go and I open the door and I check, and I see some old dude, like, not old, but like 50s probably. He looks pissed. He's getting in the elevator, and I'm like, oh, he's probably going. And then that was that. After he went up, they stopped. They sounded like they were my age, maybe a little older. The next morning, we go out, and as I'm going out into the lobby and we're leaving, I see who it was. They're all sitting out because they had like a little bar and a coffee area. They're all sitting in the coffee area. And we'll just say that I'm glad I didn't go to say shit. Good thing I didn't say it. Like, they looked fucking mean, and they were arguing with each other down there.
Did he ever come back?
No, I didn't see him while we were at the hotel.
It means a lot when James sounds scared of somebody.
I mean, I wasn't scared of him, but I was like, dude, if I went up there and tried to say some shit, like, I would have gone up there, looked at him, and been like, nope, those people gonna beat my ass. Goodbye. My family was great. I love my family. They're awesome. And then we're going to leave. Here's the great part of the story that I've told before. We're driving to the airport. No, or not even to the airport. We're driving to the place that we got our car from, the rental car. On the way, I had to piss. So we get there, and I'm like, I need a fucking restroom. I'm like, my parents are like, no restrooms here? Find a restroom when we get to the airport. They're like, okay, sure. I had to pee pretty bad. It's cold. We go upstairs. Out of the car place and up towards where the shuttles are. Get into a shuttle. Bumpiest motherfucking shuttle I've ever been in. Bumpy, like, this thing felt like it was going to tip over. And I had to piss. I could just feel it rumbling in there. And I feel like I'm about to piss myself. Like, I'm struggling there. I'm struggling. And then we're going. Get to the airport. We walk in. Drop our luggage. I'm like, motherfucker, I gotta piss. We go upstairs to where we gotta go. And I look around. The level that we just went up to, the floor of the building, has no fucking restrooms. Except for behind the TSA. Behind the checking. Behind the metal detectors. So, I'm like, holy shit. I'm literally going to piss on the floor. We're like heading up. We're not even in the line yet. We're walking the line. I'm like, I'm gonna piss on the fucking floor. I was debating legitimately just going into a corner, pissing on the floor. We get into the line to get through the metal detectors and shit. We're like halfway there, and I'm like, okay. Pros, I don't have to piss anymore. I piss on the floor. It's fine. Cons, we maybe get arrested for public nudity and vandalism and whatever the fuck else. I think that's a pretty worthwhile. I think that's a worthwhile trade. I was like that you know, that seems pretty okay. Maybe we're here for an extra hour. Maybe we have to catch a new flight. I think that's okay. I have to piss. And then we get around to the metal detectors eventually. Slowest line I've ever fucking been in. We get to the metal detectors. Yeah. I drop all my shit into the buckets. I'm like, Father, you take care of this. I've got to go. I step in the metal detector, and I put my hands up, and I turn my head, and I'm like, yo, I didn't say anything, but I was looking at this lady like, I gotta fucking go. I was giving her the wide eyes. And then she's like, you can't turn your head while you're in the metal detector. And I'm like, okay, fucking fuck. And I'm just, and then it goes again. They turn on the metal detector, and it's like a spinning metal detector. It takes a couple seconds, like 5 seconds to get through.
X-ray ones.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I get out, and they stop me. And I'm like, what the
Your belt.
They stopped me. No. I took off my belt. Okay. They look on the screen, and what is lit up?
Your bladder. 100%.
No. My neck.
Your neck?
The back of my neck. And I'm like,
what you hiding in your neck?
What? And I'm like, what the fuck's on my neck? I'm not wearing a necklace. There's nothing on my neck. Like, literally the back of my neck, like, you know where your spine meets your head and there's a little bump on the base of your neck? It's like around, it's right around there. And this guy pulls my hair out of the way and starts just feeling around the back of my neck and down my back. And I'm like, dude, there's nothing there. Like, I don't have anything, unless I have something, like, in my spine or under the skin. There's nothing there. And finally, they let me go. I have my shoes, put on my shoes, grab my belt, and I'm off to the restroom. I just go there. I'm weaving through people. I get to the restroom. Walk into the fucking restroom. Belt in my hand. I didn't put on the belt. The belt is in my hand, like I'm about to whip some children. I'm there hunched over, looking like a damn crazy cripple person. I get in the restroom. It's crowded. Maybe about 20, 30 people in between me and the rest. Like, I can't see a direct line from where I'm standing to the stalls or anything. Jeez. And I see at the end of the room.
For an hour.
See at the end of the room, an open stall. About 20 of these people are standing in the middle of the room, kind of loitering. Some of them are on their phones. Some of them are waiting to get to the sinks. So they're just kind of standing there. And I was pissed. Like, there's a moment when you have to do something so bad. Like, if you were so hungry that you were willing to fight people over food. Like, that was me, but getting to the restroom. I had to piss so bad, I was legitimately willing to square up with a group of, like, 20 dudes and throw hands just so that I can get through this crowd and take a fucking piss. I was pissed off. I was hunched over. My eyes were wide. Like, they couldn't see my face through the mask, but I was, like, my eyes must have been just fucking popping out of my head. I had the belt in my fucking hand. And something clicks in my head where I'm like, there was no thought left. There was no thought. It wasn't, how do I get through these people? It was, these people need to get the fuck out of the way. Yeah. It was just a primal instinct, and I don't even think about it. I just, move! Get the fuck out of the way! And I said it in, like, the most, like, potent, just absolute rage, probably, that I have yelled in years. I yelled it loud as shit. I yelled it with some fucking authority and rage. And they all fucking moved. Like, I must have looked pissed off, because they all look at me like they got freaked out. They moved out the fucking way. Some of them looked confused, but some of them just looked like, holy shit, and got out of the fucking way. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I just stormed my way. I can't even run, because I have to piss so bad. I'm, like, hunched over. I can't even run. And I just marched my way over to the thing. lock the fucking stall, and then I'm pissing. I'm just thinking, I did it. I fucking survived.
Mission accomplished.
And then as I'm pissing, longest piss ever, I'm just thinking, oh fuck, am I gonna have to fight these people when I get out? I'm thinking,
like
what the
that's where your
fuck
mind
did
went.
I just do? What the fuck did I just... Because I was pushing people out of the way and shit. Like, am I about to have to explain myself to some people? But then I was, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm pissing. That's what's important. And I'm finishing up. And then I hear it. Is everything okay in here? And I go out, and airport security's in there. They got 2 security guards just in there. And I still have my belt. My belt at this point is around my neck. And I just go, walk past them, just wash my hands, dry my hands off, walk past them, like covered in sweat with my belt around my neck, just, like not tightly, just loosely around my neck. And I'm just like, huh, okay.
My bad.
They didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Walk past. Fine. I leave. I meet my parents, and I'm like, okay, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not restarting the story for you. You can watch the VOD when it's done.
James, I'm over here eating a sandwich and I'm just choking as I'm laughing, trying to just imagine you. The story's about.
And then,
So
okay,
around
so
the neck.
we're going.
Imagine you looking like you have a belt and noose around your neck, walking past security. Oh my god, man, that's a good
Continuing.
story.
We must push on.
Is it over?
We get to the second we get to the second airplane.
Okay.
We're going through the second airplane. We get on. My father had a much worse ride than I did. I got put in the very back with 2 girls who were my age, didn't smell bad, in fact smelled good. They were nice. I talked to them along the way. Not really flirting or anything, but they were nice. And then the flight attendant, so everyone around me was quiet. Like the whole area was quiet, and they were like nice whenever I would say something to them. They were always nice to me. The flight attendant had my ass. Dude was coming every half hour, snacks, drinks. Man was bringing me coffee. I was like, damn, this dude is doing a good motherfucker. Like this man's was like, I didn't know how to switch the volume on the TV. The seats had TVs. I didn't know how to switch the volume. Man's just showing me how to use the thing, and I was like, dude, this man's taking care of me. So I'm getting my drinks brought every half hour. This man's keeping me up with the snacks and everything. I'm having a good ride. Quiet, dark. I'm sleeping a little bit, and whenever I wake up, I'm talking to the girl. It's a nice fucking ride. My father did not have such a good ride.
That's unfortunate.
My father had what my parents refer to as a spectrum kid, what I refer to as an autistic kid sitting behind them.
Oh.
And this kid is making a lot of noise, apparently, because my parents are up in the middle. This kid, because we got like different seats because it was cheaper if we got them in different places, and my father wasn't trying to break the bank, so
Yeah.
my father has his seat. This girl's kicking his seat the whole time. This girl's loud, and my father had to go the whole ride with this. Her parents were not like doing anything to stop her either. Eventually, my father has to take a piss, and prior, as I'm sitting in my seat, at some point I had heard my father from the back of the plane. And I heard just, El Baño.
No.
El Baño. El Baño.
What is El Baño?
Oh, you'll find out. So he tells me after we get off the plane, he's telling me, the people next to him didn't speak English. And at the same time, they either didn't speak English or they were very rude. He had to go to the restroom. They didn't speak English. He was trying to tell me he had to get to the restroom. They didn't speak English. So he starts saying, El Baño. El Baño? Because that means the bathroom in Spanish.
Yeah.
And then they don't move. So eventually a flight attendant comes over and helps him. He had to like crawl over these 2 people. He had the window. He had to crawl over these 2 people. He was literally crawling over them to get into the aisle. He goes, uses the restroom. That's when I see him pass by. He goes back. And that's the end of his end of the story. That's his contribution. So then we're going.
Podcast.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm recording this. We go. He goes back. I'm sitting there. I'm going back to sleeping and talking to the girls, doing whatever, watching TV. They had Double Tap, Zombieland on. I was having a good time. At some point, the seatbelt button or the seatbelt light comes on. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Wonder if we're landing soon. Pilot comes on. Please keep your seatbelts fastened, thank you. Whatever the fuck else he said. Okay. Mr. Flight attendant that's been treating me so well, good friend of mine, comes strolling out through the aisle, and since I'm in the back happens to be where they keep all of the supplies, as we'll say. Man opens up the overhead compartment next to where I'm at, or near. Starts counting life vests.
Oh.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, huh, that's funny. Why would we be counting life vests? We're not over the water. Oh no, girl next to me checks. We're over the fucking water. Huh?
Wait, from how?
When? How did we go from Texas to California and now we're over the water?
Wait.
And man's just checking the life vests. Guy goes back into the back of the plane. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Probably fine. Probably just procedure. They're checking the flight vests. Whatever. Okay. But I don't know why he was counting them. That's the weird part. Not just checking them, counting, making sure we had enough. Okay, fine. I'm going back to talking, whatever. Going back to watching my movie. Plane starts to shake. A little bit of turbulence. A little bit rocky. We're shaking back and forth. It's not like little rumbles. I mean, like, the plane's rocking a little bit. Like, my head's bobbing forward and back. We're going. I'm like, huh, this is exciting. The lights start flickering a little bit. Not like on and off flickering, but like getting dimmer and brighter and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember, oh yeah, there was that little hurricane. Not hurricane, but there was some thunderstorms rolling through Texas. I'm thinking, I wonder if those went up north. I wonder if those came up to where we are. So we're rocking in the plane. Eventually this guy walks out into the aisle again. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? We're trembling a little bit. Man goes back into that overhead compartment, pulls out King James edition of the Bible, walks to the back of the plane, and I'm going, okay, okay, let's go off the checklist. Seat belts, life vests, Bible, and I'm going, okay. I turn to the girls next to me. I say, well, looks like it's time to test my immortality. And they start laughing for a second. And then one of the girls turns to me and says, oh, damn, I hope I don't break my nails. And I'm going, what the fuck? I hope I don't break my nail. I hope I don't die. I hope the plane don't crash. I hope I don't get stranded in the ocean. I hope I don't have to become the next, star in the next fucking Tom Hanks movie. Girl's worrying about her nails fucking breaking, plane shaking, motherfucker's holding a Bible. And then eventually it stops. And, yeah, it was fine. We go down. It was all fine. And then we go back. And that was pretty much the end of the story until, I get home. And my mother we're on the way home, pretty much the drive home. We're pretty close. We're back in Riverside. My mother sends me a picture of the flight path. Turns out, due to air traffic, our flight path got changed. We had been flying circles in the ocean. We flew circles. We flew 3 circles for an hour. We flew circles around in the ocean. 3 of them. 3 big old circles. Until we were eventually able to land. We went past Ontario, out into the ocean. Circles.
Oh. What?
Back to LA. And then we landed.
Okay.
So that's the story, man. And I was like, wow. I came out with not like one funny thing to tell, but like a sequence of funny shit to tell.
My favorite part has definitely got to be the part where, you come out of your airport bathroom with a belt noose and the security guards there waiting.
They're searching for you.
Drenched in sweat and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good times, man. Good times.
That's we know better than the crackheads that they see wandering there to use the bathroom.
Dude, probably
didn't seem to be a big factor of that story, which is surprising.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, they have a different caliber of crackheads in Texas. We saw no homeless people, but one. And this motherfucker was like a 7-foot tall dude
Could you
who
buy
was
anything?
hunched over. He didn't have any of like the shopping carts or the pillow. No, this man had his, him, tattered outfit, and a cigarette. Motherfucker was out there,
Yeah.
just standing on the side of the road, on the sidewalk, just standing there, not moving, saying nothing, just smoking, existing. He could have fallen at any point and
Basically,
hit
he
the
was just out
ground.
of it, basically.
And the fact that he
Yeah.
was like taller than anyone in Riverside, kind of puts a cherry on top. He was like tall and skinny. Man looked like he weighed 90 pounds and yet looked like he could have been scraping like 6'10", 6'11".
Dude, everything's bigger in Texas, man.
Even the crackheads.
Everything.
Even the crackheads.
People leave the state and they go have food other places. It's always better than here.
Yeah, our food here is just literally shit.
Yeah.
And it's weird because the people there actually like put effort into it. It's
Yeah.
like, we went to Whataburger, apparently the best burger
Oh,
ever,
Whataburger,
and
yeah.
they're not wrong. It's the best shit. Probably the best burger I've ever had. It didn't taste like fast food. Like, lady,
They have
we
one
sit
here, but
down.
it's gross.
We sit down. Waiter, they had waiters there. Waiter comes over, and she's like, "What can I get for you? You want any ketchup? Can I get you some more of this?" This waiter is like treating us like we're her grandchildren. And then
That's a good way to
eventually,
put it.
when she brings our food over, she brings us an extra thing of fries,
Ooh.
an extra drink, and all the condiments in the building in spades, like piles of all the condiments. This lady, the stuff she brought us aside from what we ordered,
There's
had
the
its
James
own
Bond part of the
plate.
story.
had its own plate. She had her own plate of stuff that we didn't even ask for that she brought because she was so nice. And I was like, whoa. This lady's
She's
like,
really working for those
she
tips.
is making sure that we have a good experience. That like
Yeah.
baffled me. And it was a fast food place. Fast food. And the people are that like good.
That's pretty impressive.
It really is, actually.
And the last place we had was the barbecue
That was
place.
in California, so-
Barbecue place was bomb. They had, I don't even remember what I ate. I got these sweet potatoes, which were alright. The sweet potatoes they had there were like cinnamony almost, which I don't know if that's how it's normally
No,
supposed
I
to
know what
be.
you're talking about. It's like mush, or it's like mashed sweet potatoes with cinnamon, right?
Yeah. They had that, which was weird because
Oh,
that's not how my
yeah.
stepmother cooks them.
I'm
But
sorry,
I was like,
Katie. I
okay,
know you're
that's
there.
fine.
I'm sorry, girl.
They had this mashed potato corn like stuff, which was great, awesome.
Oh, I
And
know what you're talking
then-
about. That stuff is awesome, dude.
And then I got some
I haven't
ribs.
ordered
The
it.
ribs were
Oh, yeah.
dope. And
Yeah, rib. There you go.
let me shit you not. We ate at a fast food barbecue place, just a random off the road barbecue place. I thought it was going to be a small place, like 2 or 3 tables. We walk in. This place has a whole fucking like concert stage on it. This place is like the size of our gym in like width and length. Like I thought the building was the main building. No, that was the reception area.
Oh.
That was the reception area. We walk over to the main area of the building. It's like the size of our gym. And they have all these tables. They had this big stage where I guess they have concerts playing. I was like, holy shit. This was like a fast food place. And they have a fucking stage. It was great. And just like Whataburger, the workers there were great. They were giving us a great time. And they're all friendly. The people there are friendly. They actually like talk to you. They don't just give you your food. Here you fucking go. Here's your food. No, they were like, here, have a good day. Where are you guys flying from? Oh, that's dope. They're like actually having conversation with us. And it was like, whoa. People here
Yeah,
are
that's a pretty
actually
rare thing in
being
California.
people. It's weird. Yeah, it's like in California, you don't have like you don't have real interactions. You have like, here's yeah. You have like, here's the food I want, and they're like, here's the food. Oh,
Yeah,
you didn't.
pretty much.
We fucked up your
It's
food.
spicy.
Well, fuck you.
Or else.
Oh, you want some condiments? Here's
kick
a
you out of the
condiment.
room.
Logan,
Yeah, here's one egg.
And then you go to Texas, and it's like they're real
Huh?
people.
Logan's literally threatening his cat while James is making a podcast.
It was great. The food places are
No,
great.
because I love my cat.
I would like to.
Logan, you
But I
do
don't want her to
understand what's
bite me.
happening here,
So if she
right?
bites me,
and
I'm gonna
it's
kick her out of the room.
the roads are
Logan.
interesting.
What?
I'll let
You
you
understand
guys
what's happening
finish
right now in this
this.
call, right?
I
No.
don't think he has
But
anything.
James is recording a podcast episode.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The Great
well,
Texas
tell me,
Show.
Like,
I thought it was
Also,
obvious,
there's
but
software.
because you
It's
just
not
said,
like
"Oh,
it's
Logan's
like a
beating up his
bomb.
cat."
It's okay.
Making.
Oh
Yeah,
wait, no,
James,
it's
you
not
have
okay.
that.
It's on OBS. NVIDIA switches the audio track, so I would have been able to mute him, but
You just gotta
OBS
you gotta record all of Logan just going, "No, kitty."
it's been a half hour since I
No.
started talking about this.
Oh
That
wow.
should just be one whole VOD.
Yeah, in a bit.
The
I want
roads.
to know. Want to be filled up on that knowledge.
You don't see anything from the roads when you go there. Don't see anything from the
Yeah,
roads.
lots of trees and stuff.
But you see the
Oh,
other
yeah.
roads, and then you drive off, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, that's a Walmart. Is that a fucking IKEA? Like these big ass
Like-
buildings, but you can't see them from the road because there's forest between them and the road.
That's pretty cool.
And it was awesome. It's so much forest. All the buildings are like a building, and then like 10 yards of forest, and then another building, or 10 acres of forest, and then another building.
You guys do any cool
Even on the
outdoorsy
main
stuff? Any
roads.
fishing or hiking or
No,
anything?
we didn't have the chance to, but my father was talking about it. Next time we come back, I'd like to go
Yeah,
out
your
and do that
Texas
with my
is really
family.
good for that stuff.
Because, dude, they have
It's like
lakes everywhere.
What
They
Texas
literally
is.
have pools out in the front yards of buildings. Like, not actual pools. Like, literally just, they dug giant holes the size of, like, Olympic swimming pools to hold water. They have entire fields that are dedicated to holding water.
Yeah.
The forests, we went there, and one of the forests that they had there that we drove past, you couldn't see the bottom of the trees. Because the trees were submerged in, like, 5 feet of water.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well hydrated trees.
So much different than here. Even though it's that hot though, you'll still sweat. Even when it was raining, we were sweating. It's
Yeah.
great.
Would you say, James, that was like your favorite part of the trip, just like seeing all like the like different culture of Texas?
Yeah, I think so. And the people there are so nice. The place is so nice. You know, we walked into a gas station, and the first thing they had was every brand of beer conceivable. They had an entire.
So
They
nice.
literally had.
We should totally just do. We should just start making this like a weekly thing or something.
We could just us talking. Although we'd probably say some offensive shit, which is the problem.